sweet.
Oh.
Beautiful.
Phải chưa thoát ra mà xây vậy? Không mà xây.
Để đi mà ai lai ra bơi tập phèn.
Đi tập phèn này. Liền. Bạn á.
Going. Party inside, hurry up.
You can grab onto to help stabilize yourself if you do want to stand up there, so feel free to stand on up and grab onto that bar on the seat in front of you right there to help stabilize yourself. Those doors you came into on your left over there, they are safety latched, but they're not really locked. Not really locked. They weren't designed to hold your body weight, and I'm guessing they probably won't, so let's not try to test those doors out on your left over there. As much as the animals might like to have you roll into the enclosure, don't know if it'll make an enjoyable afternoon for yourself. Be down there with the animals. Now we're going to see our first animal. I can see his head going just beyond the grass over here. It looks like he's dusted himself a lot with the kind of hay right there. It looks at the Asian elephant just on your right as we come on through. Better look at the Asian elephant over here on our right.
Oh, really?
Look at the Asian elephant right there. This is the male. He has these huge ivory tusks, if you see this as we go on by. If you look back over your right shoulder, these massive ivory tusks right there on the male Asian elephant. Now, females have the ivory tusks, but they're usually on the inside of their mouth with these Asian elephants. They really don't stick out through the outside. The big bull males have these big dominant ivory tusks right there.
They cross.
Look at this guy right there. Of course, they do dust themselves in the wild with whatever they can find, dust and dirt. Here's a lot of hay. Help protect their skin from sunburn and those bug bites there. So he is dusting himself with his breakfast right there. Okay, that's the male over there. Probably two females right here. These ladies don't have the ivory tusks there, and they're a little bit smaller than the big bull dominant male Asian elephant right there. Now, the Asian elephants right there, they have that elongated trunk. The elephants use their trunk just like you and I use our arm and our hand to pick up things. They use it to feed themselves. They use it to get drinks and stuff. Now, that trunk is a specialized piece of equipment. There's over 100,000 muscles just in the elephant's trunk alone. So over 100,000 muscles just in that trunk. So it's a very adept piece of machinery right there. Now again, those are Asian elephants down on our right over here. Let's see if we can take a look at the African elephants up on our left. Much larger. The African elephants up here on our left are the largest living land mammal that we have today right there. They have much larger ears, these African elephants on your left compared to the Asian elephants down on our right. Males and females of these African elephants up here on your left have those visible ivory tusks that kind of stick out through their outside there. These are tusks in the wild to dig up poor water and mineral deposits. Some people say that their ears are kind of shaped on the continent of Africa. That's maybe one way you can tell the African elephants apart there. Let's draw your places where these African elephants come from compared to this guy on your right, this Asian elephant down here. You may see the mule deer out there on your left. That's a California native. He likes to jump on into the California enclosure out here and kind of graze in the green grass. He's pretty safe until the elephants come over there, so he's pretty safe this far away here. That's the California mule deer up there. Yeah, those elephants use their huge ears to cool themselves off. You'll see them flap their ears back and forth. They cool the blood in the ears, and that cold blood is rushed to the rest of the elephant. Elephants can actually cool themselves off about 16 or 17 degrees with those large ears right there, those African elephants. Looks like some more Asian elephants as we pass on through. If you look over your right, you'll pass the fresh Flintstone cave. Look under the green awning. There's getting some shade down there, doing some eating of some morning breakfast there. Look at the humans. Look at the elephants out and about today. Both the Asian and the African. Now, as you see this amphitheater down here, this is where the elephant shows do take place. Now, the Asian elephants come down and do little training displays for you. Elephant shows today are at 1 and 3 p.m., so if you want to see maybe some elephants up close, the Asian elephants up close, go down to the amphitheater about 1 or 3 p.m. down there, may see the elephant show. May also meet an elephant.
Yeah.
As we come on through here. Now you're in this fence line, we're actually putting a fence line around this herb garden right here. It's okay that the mule deer come on in and graze on the green grass that we provide all over the place, but they've been actually jumping into the herb garden right here. So we're trying to make the herb garden mule deer proof by putting this fence line up around the herb garden here. A lot of different herbs in the herb garden here. This is probably the best smelling part of the tour. When you get further out to the field enclosures, take my word for it, it doesn't smell as nice as this stuff to your right down here. So maybe want to take a big whiff of this stuff down to your right. It's probably the best smelling part of the tour as we come on by here. Just beyond the herb garden, we are first look at our largest enclosure out here, our East African enclosure. Now this enclosure is a little less than 100 acres, about 96 acres altogether. So it's a very large enclosure. Animals get a chance to interact with each other much like they would in the wild there. See a few different animals. See some Nile lechue and walking its way up that far hillside there. Now hopefully it gets a better view of most of these guys when we get closer into the field enclosures there. This is just to show you the big overview, to show you that we are set up a little differently than most traditional zoos you may be used to. Here are a few large enclosures and many animals inside those enclosures. The animals get a chance to interact with each other much like they would in the wild. Also get a chance to interact with many different species. So we'll see what else we can find for you guys out here today. Now, if we come on through here, you notice this suspension bridge down here just to your right? That's part of the Kilimanjaro Safari Walk. Now that Kilimanjaro Safari Walk will lead you around some of the overlook of East Africa that we just went by, and also lead you up to Cat Canyon where we do have some of our cats. Now if we go past the Protea Garden on our left here, we're going to get up to Cat Canyon. We'll be looking for Transvaal lions on our left, Sumatran tigers on our right. Now we'll see if any of the big cats are out and about today. We do a lot of hunting at nighttime, a lot of hunting at dusk and dawn time. The cats do a lot of sleeping during the daytime since they hunt at night. They can sleep almost 20 plus hours a day, either the lions or the tigers. So we'll see if we can spot these guys. Again, hopefully the lions may be on their left. We'll see if we can spot the tigers on our right. Go ahead and shout out if you do see one. All your guys' eyes are better than mine too. Also don't lean over too much. There's about a 40-foot drop on either side of Cat Canyon here. Lions right underneath the bridge on our left, the male lion. I'm going to pull up here and look right underneath the bridge. Kind of hard to see. Right underneath the bridge on your left-hand side there. I'll stop right here and I'll pull up. I'll stop for a second and I'll pull up. Actually, the white tiger's coming out on your right as I come on through here. You can look over your right shoulder as I come on through. And you can see the palm tree as I pull on up here. Just keep going. Just keep going to the left over there. You see the white tiger that's Blanca licking herself out there. And the lion's right underneath the train there. The tiger's kind of walking out to the field enclosure out there. Blanca on your right. Blanca's probably out there by herself. There's a Sumatran tiger that they open up and they Blanca's out.
There's a female back there.
Blanca's actually a Bengal tiger, white Bengal tiger. Then the lion was right underneath the train. There's actually a male lion and there's two female lions down there somewhere. Lions blend in with their background. Said that lions are kings of the jungle. They don't actually live or reside in jungle areas. They only live in grassland areas there.
I know. Nothing to see now. Show me.
Yes, we see the female lion way over your left shoulder back there as we come on through here.
Oh, yeah.
Look, way over. She's been living here ever since.
Oh, yeah.
As we see up here, you see the zebras up on our left. They're going to be Greggy's zebras. You see those guys on your left as top here closer. All surrounding the zebra right there. Before we actually get to the zebras, we better look at East Africa down here. This is a Cape buffalo or black buffalo. And I know it's a Cape buffalo or black buffalo. On these buffalo, they have one big horn across their head. Looks like a little cap on the top of their head right there. Now, that may come in handy. You may see some bison later on. To be a true bison, you have two separate horns. To be a true buffalo right here, you have one big horn on top of your head right there. Cape buffalo or black buffalo. Very fierce animals, very smelly animals too. The Cape buffalo or black buffalo there. Also, just to the left, before we exit the Cape Buffalo, Black Buffalo, you see mostly Kenyan Impala right here. They look two-toned. They look darker on top than they do on the bottom here, these little Kenyan Impala. As we kind of say goodbye to East Africa, if you look back to your left, you see the zebras up there, the Grevy zebra. But I do want to pull up ahead here, as we pass by the Grevy zebra. Each striping pattern on that zebra is just like our thumbprint. That's how they tell each other apart. Those zebras get really close to each other. I do see some rhinos up ahead, really close to the feeder right here. As we get there, we're leaving East Africa. This is going to be our Asian plains exhibit over here. There's actually a rhino in the watering hole down there doing his best boulder with ear imitation when we first come in. He's kind of, I see his ears flicking back and forth as you look down into the watering hole there. Oh my God. So you can look at 3 Indian rhinos up here at the feeder. That's also an Indian rhino out in the watering hole there. Look at the beard. Now these are Indian rhinos with a greater one-horn rhinoceros. They only have one horn on top of their head. Also their skin looks armor-plated. That's just extra folds of skin kind of tucked into each other right there. Like a giant walking tank or something. So Indian rhinos right there. Also look at their eyes, not very big, only about the size of their nostril holes. Rhinos can actually only see about 20 to 30 feet in front of them clearly. They allow a lot of their sense of hearing and smell there. Good look at this Indian. These Indian rhinos are browsers out in the wild. If they ever lift up their head out of the feeder there, their upper lip kind of hangs over their lower lip. Their upper lip's prehensile. Prehensile means like a monkey's tail. It's able to grab onto things. They use that upper lip to push food in their mouth, also to grab off leaves and to rip off other vegetations out in the wild there. They use that upper lip to kind of grab on the vegetation right there, that prehensile upper lip. Let's look at the rhinos out in the wild. Those guys just on the next to the other feeder next to the rhinos out there. Those taller animals right there, the male's the bluish in color, female's more tannish in color. That's a blue nilgai or Indian nilgai. Nilgai means blue bull. The males are bluish in color right there. They're an antelope. The smaller animals in the feed are kind of small, tannish on top, got a white rear end with a black tail. There's also one underneath this closest shade tree, just to the left of the rhinos. Those are full-grown adults. Those are Persian goiter gazelles. That's what I was thinking, those Persian goiter gazelles do get right there. Just look at some of the Indian rhinos this morning out and about. Again, this is our Asian plains exhibit right here. We just saw those Indian rhinos in. More little Persian goiter gazelles on top of the hillside right here. Again, those are full-grown adults. You don't get much bigger than that. Also, if you spot these guys, usually at the very top there, closer you're coming up to your left, you'll see the Kiang up there. Part of the equator, part of the horse family, kind of like the zebras that we passed by. Used to high elevations. Usually find these guys at the very top of their enclosure. I see some up there at the very top. These guys usually live or reside in the Himalaya region of the world, so they're used to high elevations. Find most of these guys way up top there, the Kiang. I see some down at the bottom though. Just as we pass on by, better look at the Kiang on our left over here. Get an equator part of the horse family right there. So some mating trying going on right there. We are a breeding facility here at the Wild Animal Park. You never know what you're going to see. Forewarning right there. As we come on past up through to our right over here, see these large black cattle we just passed by. Those are Indian Gower cattle. They look like they have white markings on their legs. Look like they have white socks pulled up to their knees there, those Indian Gower cattle. The Indian Gower cattle. The animals just underneath that closest shade tree just passed by. Kind of all brown with a peach or white rear end. Those are the Altai Wapiti, or the Russian elk. See the Altai Wapiti, or the Russian elk right there. You look way in front of the train up ahead. But good look at these more Indian rhinos over here. However, those are born like the little ones. They're about 150 pounds. So they are very large at birth. They're about 150 pounds when they are born. When they're little, they do drink a couple gallons of milk each day from the back of mom when they do nurse there. Look at the rhinos there. Now coming up on our left over here, another part of the equine and part of the horse family. These guys are the Somalian wild ass. Now it's okay I call them that, that is their name. There's one male up there, but I can't guess which one's the male up there. Those guys throw the Somalian wild ass there. These guys come from the country of Somalia, which has been a war-stricken country of late. These guys are really in trouble. We can't get people in to do accurate counts because there's so much strife going on now in the country of Somalia. And so if nothing is done, those possibly could be the next Ecuador horse species to go extinct. So it's a very sad situation right now for the Somalians up there. So look at some rhinos kind of making their way through on our right here. I like to look at the Indian rhinos out today. It's kind of right next to the fence line for you guys. Again. Now rhinos, I know they're very large, but they can actually run pretty fast. They can run upwards to 30 to 35 miles an hour. It's very impressive. Remember, they can only see about 20 to 30 feet in front of them clearly, so it's dangerous there when they're running so fast there. Now, a group of rhinos is called a crash, C-R-A-S-H, so maybe that's why they're called a crash of rhinos there. I can't see very well. They can really run pretty fast there. Now, on our left over here, you see these white animals, long spear-like horns on top of their heads. These are an oryx, O-R-Y-X. These are Arabian oryx. Now these guys were once in trouble too. The world herd numbers of these guys at one point were down about 7 individuals. World herd means number able to breed successfully in captivity to be re-released back into the wild. These guys have been re-released back in the wild twice now on 2 different occasions. We have some roommates up there, some Nubian ibex. They're kind of a swept back horns, brownish in color. Some Nubian ibex back there. These guys keep their horns. So if they lose a horn, they have to live with only one horn there. So they keep their horns. They have their horns forever there. Unless they break off, then they don't have any horns. And the oryx right there. Another look at another rhino that's own separate. California used to look like before all the urban sprawl and all the urban development. Now we're going to be about 1,000 acres looking just like this over here on your left, almost 1,000 acres, looking undeveloped. Help promote and save some of our native animals. We've already seen a California mule deer, maybe some more. A lot of birds, bunny rabbits, squirrels. Also a lot of reptiles like they make their home over here in the chaparral habitat. Here at the park, we don't just believe in conserving these animals from... As we kind of get to the opposite side of the Asian Plains exhibit here. Two more nilgai at the feeder here. This tree we just passed by on your right, if you look down, you see Armenian mouflon. They're tannish in color, males with a nice ram or curly or like horns on top of their head. They're a sheep, the Armenian mouflon. Also notice this guy's laying here by himself. He's got a chocolate on top, white on the bottom. He's got 2 horns on top of his head. He's got a white eye ring also around his eye. That's an Indian black-buck antelope. Now that's a male. Males will just defend territory lines from other male Indian black-buck antelopes. So he's just going to stay right there, defend his territory. Females are the ones that form the large groups. Whoever has the best territory gets most of the breeding rights from the females there. Look at yet another Indian rhino up here doing some breeding. Get this feeding back right here. There you go. Oh, see the mule here on your left? It looks like a male right there. He's still in velvet. So we got the velvet and the horn kind of grows there. Those antlers. As we come off base, notice those large black cattle making their migration across the road down in the valley there, those Indian Gower cattle. Also better look at the Indian black-buck antelope with the females right here. There's a male who's all sitting by himself. There's a male out here in this territory, top of the hillside, sitting by himself as well. The females are kind of close to the train. They're tannish on top, white on the bottom of the Indian black-buck antelope there.
So much stuff I can't talk about. Here you go.
And this guy has pretty good shape. All the females over here in this guy's territory. This guy's pretty happy.
Yeah. Well, look at the squirrel. Look at her chipmunk or something. See, been on the hole? It's about that big. Yeah, squirrel. Yeah, buddy. Her right there. Get him in the gear.
As we come up through, we may see some deer, and he says close to straight. Now we're going to have to say goodbye to Asia. We're heading back into East Africa and see what we can find over here in East Africa. But we can say goodbye to our Asian Plains exhibit here.
Right there.
As we do head back into East Africa right here. See a lot of guys underneath the train right here. Now, there's two different species in here. There's the ones that look sleeker, they look two-tone, they look darker on top than they do on the bottom. Those are Kenyan Impala. The ones that look a little furrier, orangish, more orangish in color, those are Ugandan Cob, KOB. They're both a type of antelope. Both these guys. Also a little Roosevelt gazelle up here by himself, or herself. See the Roosevelt gazelle.
Look at the little white one.
Kind of white rear. Its rear end kind of looks like a barn owl. You know what a barn owl looks like? It's the rear end kind of looks like there.
How weird. The barn
Those Roosevelt gazelle, I know they're very cute and everything. They're probably about the favorite snack size for a cheetah out in the wild. They're probably the cheetah's favorite food there. Like the Roosevelt gazelle, the Thompson gazelle there. Now, most of these animals like to be eaten by other animals, like the Roosevelt gazelle. Most of these animals out here are prey animals.
Really?
So they like, they're always like keeping an eye out for predators. Of course, you don't house the big cats over here with them, but they can still smell and hear the cats across the way there in Cat Canyon. So it keeps a lot of these guys on their toes. You always see a lot of them doing some grazing, always keeping an eye out. A lot of times they form what's called an alert circle formation, where all eyes are looking in different directions, like a little circle. As we come on these Kenyan Impala coming up and just past these palm trees here, notice how all eyes are kind of all looking in different directions here. It's alert circle formation here, this bachelor male herd of Kenyan Impala down here. You know, I'm keeping an eye out for predators. As we come on through again, underneath the train, our East African enclosure. Coming up above the train on our left will be our North African exhibit up ahead here. More little Roosevelt gazelles, kind of in that alert circle formation down here. We pass on by closer to the train here. May see a kind of Ugandan cob again. There's actually it's going to be hard to see, but right underneath the train there's a little baby Sitatunga coming on up here. You're going to see a mom, and you see a little baby right underneath the train down here. And look at the little one, just try to feel her legs. Oh, she's coming down. I think she's had enough there. Yeah, those are Sitatunga. They're also an antelope. They're the most aquatic of all antelope species. Mom, get her. Look at those guys. You see the silver and white animals just on either side of that gravel road down there, also on our right. Those are the common wildebeest or the white-bearded news, have a big black face, kind of silver and whitish in color. Close to the train, see some DeFosta water buck. A very shaggy, brown-looking antelope, the DeFosta water buck. Of course, being a water buck, they're never too far away from a watering source there. Now, up ahead on our left, I see some horns. If you look at the far hillside in front of the train coming up, you see these massive horns on top of the head of these guys coming up here, the Ankoli cattle. See, at the very top of the hillside, the tree up there, just go away from the tree, the way the train's going there. You see the horn sticking up the Ankoli cattle.
By the time we go around the edge, I'm slowly.
They just sit at the top of the hill. Get the big one. Now you're right.
I think an Ankoli cattle coming up to your left right there. Getting a good look at the Ankoli cattle there. They see some more rhinos there, just on in front of the tractor right there. Those are southern white rhinos. A little different than the Indian rhinos that we passed by earlier. Those guys have two horns on top of their head. Also, these rhinos look a lot smoother. They look like they have armor-plated skin on the southern white rhino there. That's a female Nile lechwe, kind of walking with the train here, closer to the train. The male Nile lechwe is just down here. He's kind of all black with a white shoulder patch. Just like the Indian black buck antelope, he's just going to defend his territory lines from other male Nile lechwes there. Yeah, see, we see this bird also just before we get on the hillside, just on the pathway. This is our marabou stork standing right here. The marabou stork is omnivorous. He'll eat almost anything, many different things there. He has a neat way of hunting fish if you're actually in the mood for fish. He'll actually go into the water out here, open his wings in the water to create shade. When fish swim into the shade, that's when he'll spear the fish there. So look at the stores right there. Also see the East African crown crane just underneath the train right here. Yellow crown on top of their head. Just beneath the train, the East African crown crane. Back on your left, you see these animals all white with a brown neck. Long, swept-back, spear-like horns on top of their heads. That's another oryx species, O-R-Y-X. Those are scimitar horned oryx. Kind of related to Arabian oryx there. Also some mating going on between the sumarang up here, some little gazelle looks like. Courtship trying to take place up there in the before we exit.
Come on, sir. I'm capturing you.
Come on through here. Hard to count giraffes. Those giraffes usually like to hang out back there. We'll hopefully see a better look at some reticulated giraffes when we head into South Africa. Those guys like to stay way back there.
That little one. Did you get a picture of the little one?
I know.
That's the thing about it. East Africa right here. We're going to head back into North Africa on our left over here. Hopefully head into South Africa as we come on into South Africa on our right. See the deer species underneath the palm trees right there. Those are Barbary red deer. Underneath the palm trees there, kind of get some shade down there. Now, there's some controversy whether or not the Barbary red deer is a true native deer of Africa. They thought they were brought over a little over 2,000 years ago by the Romans there into Africa. Barbary red deer. As we come on through, this is going to be South Africa underneath the train right here. Right here on the left, right by the road. On the right. You can see this barren tree and this big termite mound. Those are draft feeding stations. Also notice the herd of a Lipson waterbuck out here. Kind of look like the fossil waterbuck, very shaggy looking animal. They have a circle of this white ring on the rear end of the Lipson waterbuck right there. If you're actually to touch one of the waterbuck, your hand would come back very oily, very greasy. Their skin actually secretes an oily secretion, which helps them dry off faster when they get out of the water hole there. Another little mule deer on our left over here, another California native. Comes up here without getting on the track there. They're pretty safe up there. I'll put your left. Again, this is an escapee. That's a California native up there on your left. Back in South Africa, I do see in our first look at some giraffes right there. This is a reticulated giraffe. I see our smaller giraffe. As we first come in, you'll see that separate enclosure. Just come February 15th. Of this year here. Hopefully we'll stay right there. We'll get a better view with that other train going by as he's kind of moving on through here. Also, as they come on through, again, those are reticulated giraffes down there. Reticulated means net-like. Their spots look like coming through a white net over their back. Get some spray paint, just the white net off their back right there. These guys underneath this shade tree, kind of also caramel or orange in color. Those are Patterson's elands. Now, the eland are some of the largest antelope species. Giant eland is probably actually the largest. The Patterson's eland right there probably come in second. The males of the Patterson's eland can actually grow to be about 1,200 to 1,400 pounds, so very large in size right there, the Patterson's eland. Now look at the reticulated giraffes down there in the valley. Now giraffes do have horns on top of their heads. They're called oxycones. Some giraffes have a prehensile tongue. Prehensile means like a monkey's tail. It's able to grab on the things there. Also, there's some rhinos down there, some more white rhinos. Also, there's the ostrich just before the cement wall down here as you come on through. Of course, the ostrich is the largest living land bird there. Now, kind of separating their own separate enclosure, got their own wooden house down here. I see them standing around the wooden house. Those are the greater kudu. Now, those guys are very shy animals. At one time, a long time ago, there was a large field exhibit with all the other animals. They had trouble eating on a regular basis. They'd be at a feeder, another animal would come up to the feeder, they all run away from the feeder, the greater kudu there, so they'd be separated. They're doing much better now on their own there. Kind of have to think about it, South Africa. We're heading to our Eurasian watering hole exhibit up ahead here. A lot of hardy grazers here in the Eurasian watering hole exhibit. Some of the grass over here isn't as green as some of the other enclosures that we just went by, because there's so many hardy grazers out here. A lot of goats, a lot of sheep, some deer, some wild cattle, even a bison or two out here.
Pretty hard.
Full of the actual watering holes for most of the activity. Does kind of take place up here. See the guy walking on the gravel road right in the middle. That's a Trans-Caspian Muriel. That's a sheep. It has kind of curly ram-like horns on top of his head.
Okay.
Also, they notice the goats on top of that hillside. Kind of swirly like horns on top of his head. Also a little beard right there on the goats, the Turkmen Markhor. As we come on through, better look at the animals out here. Some Chinese white-lipped deer real close to the train. There's this white ring around their nose and their mouth. This Chinese white-lipped deer. Also some deer out in the watering hole. There's also our bison, some bison out in the watering hole right there. Also some at the feeder. Now these are European bison or lowland wheaton. These bison actually come from Poland. They're a little bit smaller than the American bison that we have here in Montana and Wyoming. Here in America, we do usually call our bison buffalo. But remember, to be a true buffalo, your horns must meet on the top of your head. Or bison have two separate horns to be a true bison there. Now, males and females of the bison do have the horns. Males' horns are usually a little bit larger than the female. Also, the ridge or the hump on the back is usually larger in the males than the female bison there. Now, a lot of people do ask, are there alligators, crocodiles, or hippos out in the watering hole here? And no, there are not. These animals are safe to kind of go out there and take a drink, take a dip, whatever they need to do out in the watering hole exhibit there.
I know. They're fed every day. Like a cat.
You see the rocky habitat over here. Usually the goats, like, they come over here, they spend most of their day over here. They come, I saw them back there grazing on the green grass, and they'll come back over, make their migration. Back on the rocks over there, see all the ground squirrels running around there. But every once in a while, we have noticed a native bobcat come down from your left to kind of mark his territory there in the base of the trees. So let the natives come down and do that there. So we can creep on the bridge right here. On our left, we look for Chinese corral underneath the bridge. On our right, we'll look for Japanese Siro. I see one Japanese Siro on our right as we first come in. You see that shaded area in front of the train way up ahead there. It's like a big fur ball up ahead there. Again, Chinese corral on our left, Japanese Siro on our right. They look very similar, both of these guys. The corral on our left and the Siro on our right. Both of them have characteristics of both goats and antelopes. They're both in the goat antelope family. There's one of them right underneath the train. There's also one down in the valley. And if you look at the deepest part of the enclosure, you see this big fur ball rear end looking up in the train right there. Also see the growl right underneath the train coming up on our left, underneath all these trees down here.
Oh, yeah.
Again, growl through on our left. Both have characteristics of both goats and antelopes. Both in goat antelope family. You may see some growls just before we exit if you look in between the tree folds there on your left. A lot of native ground squirrels there. The ground squirrels like to come on in, eat all the ground squirrels' food. Some of the ground squirrels actually enjoyed the free lunch program a little too much. Had trouble squeezing back out of the chain link fence to how they kind of got in there. So some of the squirrels actually pinned themselves into the enclosure by eating too much of the food there. The squirrels do enjoy their new digs. They get fed and watered every day, so they're pretty happy with their new home there. As we come on through the opposite side of the Eurasian watering hole exhibit here, better look at the bison, the European bison out in the watering hole there. Also, as we pull on up, you may notice some orangish cattle up ahead. Those are Java Banteng, kind of orangish in color, got a white rear end, also white legs on the Java Banteng. You see some at the water's edge right down here. Now the Java Bontang, these orangish cattle actually come from the island of Java. They're being pushed out because of habitat loss. A number of people in the island of Java growing so large, just no room for those guys to live anymore. Also doing a lot of agricultural work there, so that's why those guys are being pushed out because of habitat loss there. Now also notice this fence line out here at the top. It's pointed out towards the animals, this chain link fence over here. This is supposedly a psychological barrier for many of the animals out there. Many of the goats and sheep, they can actually jump and climb very high. Supposedly they get to the base of the chain link fence, look up, see more chain link fence above them. Presume the fence line goes all the way over top of them. Presume when they look up and see fence line, that the fence line doesn't just stop there, but goes all the way over top of them. So it is a psychological barrier for many of the animals out there. Coming up to our mountain habitat over here on the left, doing spot up ahead in our mountain habitat exhibit if you round the corner here. And you can some of these guys down there, but also to look at the rock facing, the more animals, the longer you look at the rock facing, the more animals you see. They're all blend on in right there. There's some underneath the big boulders there, standing on the rock face.
Where to find her? Look at that one lane right there.
These guys are very impressive climbers.
The one right on the edge, Don? That big hole right there? Right on the edge.
These guys utilize what's called cryptic coloration, where they try to blend into the environment. They are prey animals out in the wild, so they try to blend in, so they'll become the guys' lunch there. Three different species in here, Siberian ibex. These guys at the bottom have the big long
Oh, that's one dead up there.
Himalayan tar, which are kind of furrier looking, small claw-like horns on top of their heads.
You see the one over there is dead.
Which are a sheep. They also have typical ram-like horns on top of their heads right there.
Did you see the one on the top there?
Their hooves are very designed to climb and jump on rocks. Their hooves are very gritty on the outside, like a thick, coarse sandpaper. Helps give them like grass and a sheer rock face like this guy's hooves up there. Their hooves are inside very mushy. If you grab onto a tip of a rock if they need to.
He's going down right there.
It's still alive. It's still alive.
Look at these guys. The more you look at the rock face, the more animals you'll see there. You're going to add on 30 yards, instead of hiding in the rocks with the head here.
Is there one right there?
There's around 65 animals altogether there, so they're all hard to count there. The keeper's pregnancy guys try to come out here and count all the animals like 2-year-olds there. He does feed them at the bottom, so hopefully most of them come down there. Now, I do see our paprika, our baby giraffe. You'll see that separate enclosure down there. There's a rhino walking just in front of the separate enclosure. He's at one of the feeding baskets standing right there. Just to the left of that rhino down there.
Take a picture of it.
You know, see the separate enclosure, see the rhino? Paprika's probably being scared by the rhino right there. See Paprika's running away from the rhino. Reticulated again means net-like. Their spotting pattern looks like coming through a white net over their back. It's kind of looks very cobblestone, very close put together there. We'll see if we can spot Paprika as we round the bend over here. Again, our newest male giraffe, Paprika. Born February 15th of this year, I believe, or February 12th of this year. That white SUV, that's part of CREST. CREST stands for the Center of Reproduction of Endangered Species. They do a lot of studies on a lot of these animals out here, so they come out and monitor a lot of these animals out here. Now, if we look over your right shoulder, better look at Paprika and the white rhino down there.
Oh, yeah. Well, can you take the picture of the baby?
Cool. I don't know what picture we're at. Two trees out here. Let's come on through, looking out through the rest of kind of South Africa over here. I see another Hartman's Mountain zebra down there on your right as we pass on by. A bunch of wider stripes on that zebra's rear end compared to the Grevy zebra that we first saw. Also some more ellipsis water buck down here. Coming up on your left over here, these guys are the Przewalski wild horse. These guys are a true wild horse. They meet all the definitions and qualifications of being a wild horse. There are many different definitions and qualifications you need to meet. A few you must have an erect mane. Their mane sticks up a little there. Also, they have 2 more chromosomes that are domesticated horses than the Przewalski wild horse. Now, those guys were once in trouble, too. The world herd numbers of those guys at one point around about a dozen or so individuals. Again, world herd means never able to breed successfully in captivity to be re-released back into the wild. These guys, those Przewalski wild horses have been released back wild twice now, on 2 different occasions. Share over 20 generations of growth worldwide. See some more of the ostrich over here on our right to pass on by South Africa. Now, all our other birds out here besides their ostrich, we have to shorten one of their wings so they can't gain altitude up and out. We don't have to shorten the wings of the ostrich because they can't fly there. So when we shorten one of the wings of all our birds' other wings, hinders the birds from gaining altitude up and out of the exhibit there. So look at the ostrich though. As we come around the pond out here, this is South Pond. You notice the island in the middle of South Pond. That island was set up originally as a safe haven for our birds who laid eggs on the ground to do so safely. Now, if our birds who laid eggs on the ground did so in the middle of large field enclosures, more than likely the eggs would get trampled by the hoofstock, by the deer, by the antelope. This gives the birds a safer place to lay their eggs on the ground if they need to. Now, if we come on through, if you look right in the middle of the island as we go on by, you may see our saddle-billed stork. He's kind of got black head. I see his white patch on his back right there, some black tail feathers. See the saddle-billed stork right in the middle of the island right there. The problem we had with our saddle-billed storks is those guys actually lay their eggs in the top of trees out in the wild. So the problem, how are they going to get up to lay their eggs in the top of the trees? Remember, we're required by law to shorten one of the wings of all our birds out here so they can't gain altitude up. So the problem, how are they going to get up to lay their eggs in the trees? There's actually wooden ramps on that island there where they can walk up to the top of the treetops to lay their eggs if they need to. Every problem that does come along here. So let's see if we can spot these roommates coming up to our left over here.
Oh, yeah.
You see the zebras over here to your left? They're pretty uniform stripes all the way through. Not too narrow like the Grevies that we last saw, not too wide like the Hartman's Mountain zebra that we last saw there, or the Grant zebra, the Plain zebra. We do have a couple of roommates over here. They have 2 black rhinos. These black rhinos are a little bit smaller, look a little muscular looking than the Indian rhino that saw the white rhino that we saw earlier. These guys are a little more temperamental than both those guys as well. So. Also have an upper lip that kind of hangs over their lower lip there. The black rhino there. Have the upper lip that kind of hangs over the lower lip right there. So we come on through. I see a roadrunner just before the. He's going to go back there. We're going to take a look at it. You can put it right underneath the tree up there. A lot of native cycles around here. Come on through the pond area over here. This is a large group of animals just in front of the train there. You also see some rhinos back there. Looks like 2 giant boulders. Just other white rhinos. You also notice the pond out here. We do stock our ponds with fish. We also aerate this pond. Keeps the water less stagnant. Keeps the fish we do stock in there very happy. Also keeps these native ducks and coots and other birds that stop on by like the hares and the egrets very happy as well. Now, on the opposite side of the pond is our Heart of Africa exhibit right there. This that you're on right now is more of a sit-down safari. Heart of Africa is kind of set up as a walking safari. It's kind of set up where there is no signs to tell you what the animals are that you're looking at. You're given like a little field guide or booklet at the beginning of your journey into Heart of Africa. And need to rely on that field guide or booklet to tell you what the animals are that you're looking at over there. Now we also house our cheetahs over there in the heart of Africa, so if the cheetahs are out and about, that's where those guys are located. Usually from 10 till 3, and if the giraffes are close enough, there's for $1 donation, you can actually feed the giraffe a biscuit over there in heart of Africa. And that's from 10 till 3, or if the giraffes are out hungry enough there. Now come up to your left, I see one of them out. These are bonobos or bonobos. So we come on through here. Just before we exit the bonobos or bonobos, you see they're bald, they get to play with and stuff. Now, these guys are apes, not monkeys. Monkeys have tails, apes do not. These guys don't have any tails. There's someone against the rocks down here.
Yeah, right here.
Again, they do limit the amount of human contact with these guys. I only see a couple of them, there's a lot of them. So you're probably on the other side of the mountain. There's 3 ranges of mountain up ahead here. The bonobos or bonobos. Again, limit the amount of human contact with those guys. We do a lot of behavioral studies on those guys. Usually you'll see somebody over in a lawn chair kind of taking notes and videotaping their behaviors as the bonobos or bonobos. Very intelligent, said to have an IQ of a 3 or 4-year-old child. Can easily pick up on human gestures, so that's another reason why they're over there by themselves, kind of limiting that human contact with them. The living relative of the giraffe there, the okapi, O-K-A-P-I. As we come on through, if you guys want to take a better look at the okapi without these 2 fence lines in your way, I would recommend that Heart of Africa. This would be one of the first guys you come across. This is kind of behind the scenes of the Heart of Africa there. And you get a sneak peek of the okapi there. Very rich in color. That huge building down there, that's our Paul Harder Animal Hospital. In case something does happen to these animals out here, you put to a state-of-the-art facility right there. It has almost anything you can imagine in there to make the animals feel better. The Paul Harder Animal Hospital. As we come on through here, you also notice this barren area next to the animal hospital. They're hoping to build a new home of CREST down there. Again, CREST stands for the Center of Reproduction of Endangered Species. CREST will hopefully house a frozen zoo. Been collecting a lot of DNA embryo samples from many different animals around the world, so CREST will hopefully house a frozen zoo down there. We come on through here, we'd have to remind you to keep on, so that's why I try to grow as much food as we can on our own to help supplement some of that. Here's the park. We are a non-profit organization. This means we get no money from the government or city. All our money comes from donations and patrons like yourself. So just your admission into the park today actually helped out some of these animals. I'd like to thank you guys for coming out today and supporting these animals out here. As we head back into civilization here. Just to your left, I do like to point this area out over here. This is your parking lot. Most places are still being hunted in some areas. In some places it's still very popular to have flamingo feathers in your hat, coat, feather boa, and so on. Flamingos are still being hunted in some areas. Or there's feathers there. Now, besides growing acacia here for our own animals, like the golden wattle acacia, we also grow bamboo and eucalyptus. But most of that stuff that we grow is sent down to our sister company, the world famous San Diego Zoo, where the bamboo is eaten by the panda bears down there, and the eucalyptus is eaten by the koalas down at the zoo. We're seeing if we can find these guys to our right over here. These guys have never seen off the tram, but sometimes you get a sneak peek at the lowland gorilla habitat. You can look just in front of the train coming up ahead. You see the lowland gorillas. Again, better seen off the tram, but you can get a sneak peek at these guys. One of everyone's favorite animals here, the lowland gorilla. If you go to visit the lowland gorillas later on stage, you may see Winston, the large male silverback. He's like the leader of the troop there. Now, a lot of, see around the house a lot of smaller birds, a lot of hummingbirds in the hidden jungle area. Basically, some butterflies and moths left over from the Orchid Butterfly Festival. Also, some stragglers left over from those guys as well, inside the hidden jungle area.
Oh, yeah. That big blue camouflage. Look at all of them.
Now, if you're on your way up to the hidden jungle area, you may go through the simulated cave. And on your way into the simulated cave, you see a lot of creepy crawlies, a lot of insects that look like sticks, insects that look like leaves. So you may see some invertebrates there on your way up to the hidden jungle area in that simulated cave. Plant species these are. Just to the left of the Waterwise Garden is our composting area. If you want to compost in your own backyard, you have a few different ideas of how to go about it there. Now, our final enclosure just to our right, this will be home to the Gabriel's crested gibbon. Again, better seen off the tram, but sometimes you have a sneak peek at these guys. When we first come in, I see Mel kind of hanging back up here. He's an 8 monkey. Remember, monkeys have tails, 8s do not. Male doesn't have a tail there. Stand back there as we first come in. You also see the female right here. If they're male, it turns back to blonde if they're female throughout the life cycle of the Gabrielle crested gibbon. On your left over here, you hear the lower keep over here, the lower keep landing. I do have to make one quick safety stop. Lower keep landing's pretty cool. You get to feed the birds, the rainbow lower keep. Usually for $1 donation, they'll give you a cup of nectar at the door. The birds will land on your hand, head, wherever you want to. It's a great photo opportunity with the lower keeps there. Now, as I do pull up here, if you do have a wheelchair or stroller and you left it back at Simba Station, I would recommend you hop into the front car right here if you can. So if you have a wheelchair or stroller, you're in the second car back there, I would recommend you hop into the front car right here. I'll take you back to retrieve whatever article you left back at Simba Station. If you do not have a wheelchair or stroller, this is going to be your exit right here. Please watch your step on your way up. My name is...
Đó, tóc lại nó gồm mình tóc về thôi.
Lại nát bạn đi bên
Ta chanh.
The pug is actually small. Yeah, rồi.
cho các vật tục
What do you mean?
trong sân đông
Wow, the water's not even that deep. The water's like a foot too deep. Wow, how was the show? Hey, stop messing around.
He usually moves pretty quickly. Elephants can move up to 25 miles an hour, only if they want to. What's up, Ed? Yeah, what is that stuff in your face? What is that?
Good for my hair.
Yeah, Mary does that a lot, the elephant out in the yard.
Yeah, something about Mary.
Okay, so what are you going to do now?
I'm going to go ahead and have her do a little stretch for us. And we're going to show our audience how to take care of our elephants.
Okay. Taking care of elephants is serious business because elephants need a lot of care in captivity. In the wild, they kind of take care of themselves, but here in captivity, everything's a little different. We clean off their skin on a regular basis because it's very thick. That's where the term pachyderm comes from, but it's delicate at the same time. Elephants need regular baths. We also take blood from the ears to look at the health of an elephant or to tell if they're an estrus or, more importantly, if they're pregnant. Female Asian elephants can be pregnant for about 22 months. And the babies weigh between 250 and 350 pounds. So that's a big baby. Bigger than you, Ed.
I was 9 pounds.
Yeah, that's a little baby. Well, no, that's a big baby for a human. But anyway, Cha-Cha's making her way towards that protected contact wall, as we call it. Really, all it is just a bunch of steel. And we have her put her foot through there, and then we can trim her foot voluntarily, give her a big, steady stream of apples and carrots, and she'll hold still. We trim the bottom of the foot, called the pad, very thick callous skin, and that feels like a rubber tire, kind of. And then we trim the nails, which are up to an inch thick on the front, but you don't want them to walk on those nails. They can't take the weight. They split, and then they get infected, and that's bad because you can't keep an elephant off its feet for more than about 4 hours at a time, or they can actually cut off the blood circulation to some of their vital organs, so it's not a good thing. So elephants do sleep standing up as well as lying down. Now, as soon as Ed's done checking all those feet, we're going to go ahead and send her across this beam in the center of the stage. And hopefully that's 9 inches up off the ground, so we consider this to be kind of daring for an elephant.
I'm almost done here.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, our other speaker's working all of a sudden.
What's up?
Yeah. It's always a pleasure to have 2 speakers instead of 1. Okay, Cha-Cha, go ahead and do your thing to show off. She uses her trunk to place herself on the center of that beam because elephants don't have the best of eyesight. Cha-Cha.
That's awesome.
Think she understands me? She understands some of the cues that you give her. Ed's using verbal cues and hand signals, and that's how he gets Cha-Cha to do the different things she's doing. And you see how she's flapping her ears? That's how elephants cool themselves, what they say. The blood flows, Ed, not like that. Yeah. Okay.
Did she get that?
You're a little kooky today. Yeah, that's beautiful. You want to do that?
No, it worked.
That was dancing. Well, not really, but...
All right. Hey, you know what? Would you like to see how Cha-Cha got her name?
Yeah.
If you promise not to dance anymore.
No, I want that. It's pretty interesting, actually.
Would you guys like to throw rocks at Ed? Would you rather see how Cha-Cha got her name? Would you rather throw rotten fruit at Ed?
They want to see Cha-Cha's how she got her name.
I think they want to throw stuff at you.
Stop it.
Okay. Okay, we're going to show you how Cha-Cha got her name.
Ready? Music, please.
Very special. Okay, go ahead and dance. Or not. Put a hand to Ed and Cha-Cha. What do you got there, Ed? I heard somebody ooh and ah. You must have something interesting to feed her.
I have me a melon.
Oh, you got you a melon. Is that for Cha-Cha?
Cha-Cha.
Okay, Ed's got a nice big melon in his hand, and he's going to give that to Cha-Cha once she goes backstage, because that's how we get our elephants to leave the stage. If you don't, they don't leave. The show gets really long. Kind of boring. So we just did that for you. Okay, we're going to go ahead and bring in another elephant if you guys think that's okay. And, okay, you guys are the bosses here. We're going to go ahead and bring out another elephant, but in the meantime, we're going to tell you what's going on with the elephants in the wild, especially the Asian elephants. like you're seeing out here on stage today, they're considered an endangered species, which means that there's only about 40,000 left in the world. That's not a whole lot. Their habitat is tropical Southeast Asia, which is pretty big, or used to be big. The land's still there, but the forests really aren't. They're being destroyed or cut down because they're worth a lot of money. They have a lot of economic value. They say a single hardwood tree can be worth up to about $30,000 in lumber. So you can imagine that's a big incentive to chop them down. We chopped down most of our hardwood forests maybe even 100 years ago. It happened a long time ago. So we're guilty of it too. Hardwood forests don't grow back really fast. They take a long time to mature. It's not like our pine forest that we replant and we use generally as timber. So guess what we're getting at? We're just basically saying that be careful what type of products you buy that come from nature, which is everything really. Everything comes from a natural resource. So you just need to be careful. Don't buy teak furniture. I was looking through the paper last week and I saw 3 ads for teak furniture. And generally that wood's not really renewable. They just chop it down and it takes away the habitat for the elephants and everything else that lives in the forest. So that's not really a good thing. The African elephants, they say that there's about 500,000 left, and that sounds like a lot. 15 years ago, the population. Nita's been here in the system for about 52 years. And she's 52 years old, so she's getting up there. Elephants can live up to 70. Nita weighs close to 10,000 pounds. And if you're wondering about Ed, Ed's about 40 years old. He weighs about 160 pounds. He may live to be about 70 also.
Watch it.
Hello, Nita. Nita was raised by a gentleman by the name of Charlie Frank. He's passed away now. But he donated Nita to the San Diego Wild Animal Park when he became a little too old to take care of her any longer and needed a good home. And she was basically raised as an only child. They had no children, and Nita was their child. So Nita kind of thinks she's a big person. She's got a great personality. She's very smart, usually pretty willing. She's going to catch that log after she catches some food, after we bounce some food off of her feathers. She's like, oh, put it in my mouth. You pick it up. That trunk is a combination of the upper lip of the nose combined, and it's made up of over 100,000 muscles. And we'll just take their word for it on that. Turn off your pager.
Well, that's her backup beeper.
Don't tell me where it is.
No, you don't want to know where I told it.
Good job, Nita. First try. Now, who wants to see Ed catch it with his nose? Hey, they do. They want to see that. Who wants to throw it at Ed's nose? Right on.
Hold on. We're
There
going
she
to
goes.
play castle with you guys now.
Oh, really? Okay, so you're going to turn it around, huh?
Oh, yeah. Nita's got her own little
Pretty
stick.
intelligent.
Nita has her own little stick. Come on,
Okay.
Nita.
What was that? She's sleepy. When it all of a sudden warms up, and it just happens, we've been warm the last 2 days, the elephants get a little groggy. I guess we do too, though. That's her stick. And that log weighs 300 pounds.
To her, it's only 5.
5 pounds, huh?
Yeah.
So what's she going to do with it? She's
We're going to top right over here.
toss it into the audience. And if you catch it, you get a free snow cone. Yeah.
You guys ready?
Actually, elephants are very strong, and Nita could probably pick up something as much as 1,000 pounds with that trunk. That's why elephants were used traditionally for thousands of years in the logging industry over in Asia. They'd move the timbers down out of the forest to the nearest body of water so they could be floated to the coast. And the bull elephants with their large tusks could be used like a forklift. There you go. Those are whole apples. Nita eats everything. You don't need any elephants. You don't need to peel any of the fruits or vegetables because that's the best part for an elephant. Actually, it's really good for them too. Ed's gonna have looks like a little conversation with Nita.
You don't want to do the elephant show anymore?
Nita.
You want to do the bird show? You want to jump out of the balloon? I'll see what I can do. How about the backflip? Can you do the backflip? Something wrong?
Oh, poor little elephant. I think, you know what, I think she's faking it.
It's actually an old skiing injury.
So she's not faking it?
Yeah.
Where do elephants ski it?
Mammoth.
Hey, you know, it's up to you guys. If you want to get rid of it right now, we can. No, really.
Hey, they like me. Hey.
Do you guys like Ed? Yeah. You're right. You're lucky. There's just some nice ones out there.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, I love you guys. Hey, by the way, Nita was trying to tell me earlier, just before the show, that
Who's your daddy?
she wants to share. She wants to share something with you guys today. She said this one time in band camp, she learned how to trumpet. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Actually, elephants are very vocal, and they communicate in a variety of ways, including trumpeting, which Nita's going to do, but they whoa! There you go.
There you go. Not bad.
They also communicate with something called infrasound, very low frequency noises made up inside the sinuses that can be heard for up to, they say, several miles away by other elephants, but they're inaudible to the human ear because they're too low in frequency. We just can't hear them. Oh, we're going to give her a bath. Think so? Is that what's going on there?
Yes, Kevin. It's pretty warm out. I'm going to give her a quick bath, but I can't do it by myself, so if you could help me out, Kevin?
I can't go, my microphone doesn't work over there, Ed. It doesn't receive.
Well, maybe there's a volunteer out there who would like to help me out.
Okay.
Although, you got to warn them.
Okay, it can be an adult or a child, but you are going to get wet, is I guess what we're supposed to tell you. That's our little disclaimer. Let's see, Ed, do you see anybody that really looks like they really want to do it?
Well, it's kind of tough here.
Tough? I mean, there's people jumping around all over the place.
There's my mic's not working. The girl with the t-shirt, white t-shirt, number 3 on there, come on down here. You're the new contestant. Go ahead and
Okay.
get in.
Have you ever washed a motorhome? How about a car? Yeah, okay, that's perfect. What's your name? Aubrey. How about a hand for Aubrey, our brave volunteer, if you want to go down there with Tony? Okay, Aubrey, this is going to be fun. Anita likes this. Elephants love water, especially Asian elephants. They can swim. They drink up to 60 gallons of water a day. And in Asia, when their trainers take care of them, they use a coconut husk to scrub them off and just squirt her off with this water. And you'll notice that she's got a lot of dirt and debris on her back. That's the way elephants protect themselves from the sun and from insects. So whenever we give her a bath, first thing she does is goes out in the yard and throws dirt all over herself. Puts the sunscreen back on. Oh, Anita, you like that, huh? Kind of got low pressure today, huh? We got the African bull pool on. Uh-oh. Okay, now that she's had a nice bath, maybe she wants, you think Ed wants to drink water?
I think, yeah, she wants to drink water. Want to help her out? You want to drink water? Drop it right here next to you.
Well, actually, elephants drink through their trunks, but they blow it back into their mouths. So what she's going to do is... Yeah! Hey, Aubrey, good job, man. You got Ed on the side spot there. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Aubrey, I don't even think you got him wet. I think you... Ed? One word for you, Ed. Depends undergarments.
Yeah, thanks. Well, you know, you may think that was water, but it's not.
That's mostly on you, eh? Okay, now Aubrey, she's going to be your best buddy for life because you just gave her a honeydew melon, her favorite food. What do you think she feels like?
Your favorite animal, huh? Really?
What does she feel like?
I feel like you. Does she feel like your mother? Leather! Feels like leather!
Big difference. Leather.
Leather.
L-E-A.
Good job. Good job. You want to take a big bow for the audience?
How about a hand for Aubrey, a great volunteer?
There you go.
Nita's going to go ahead and make it to the center of the stage where she's going to stand on that large piece of wood and show her appreciation. Now this is going to be a little bit slow. Remember we said elephants move 25 miles an hour, but only if they want to. But Nita's going to go ahead and do it, show her appreciation for everybody coming out to the San Diego Wild Animal Park and showing their support in saving these endangered species. There you go, Nita. How about a hand for Nita and Ed? Well, folks, we really appreciate everyone coming out to the San Diego Wild Animal Park and joining us in our elephant encounter. We hope everybody has a wonderful day, and if you'd like to, feel free to come down and ask us any questions. We'll be glad to answer them for you. Bye-bye, everyone.